Hello dear students, welcome back to a new channel. Students, today we are traveling to the United States to understand a major decision by its highest court. Like in our country, we have Supreme Court as the highest court, na? So similarly, US is also having their highest court called SCOTUS or simply Supreme Court of the United States. It is often called as SCOTUS. Right. Now, the court recently ruled on a controversial issue called birthright citizenship. So we'll answer many interesting questions like what is birthright citizenship? Why did President Donald Trump want, why do President Donald Trump want to change it? Why did the Supreme Court reject his move? What does slavery, a dark chapter in American history, have to do with citizenship today? And why is this issue still politically important? Now, students, let's say that a baby is born in a hospital in New York. Now, the baby's parents may come from India, Brazil, Japan, Nigeria, or any other country. So, should that baby automatically become an American citizen? See, in the United States, the answer has traditionally been yes. And this principle is called birthright citizenship. It means that if you are born on US soil, you automatically become a US citizen, regardless of, where your parentage is. Meaning आपके पेरेंट्स कहीं से भी हो, आपके पेरेंट्स कहीं से भी आए हो, ठीक है, if someone is born on US soil, they automatically become US citizen. There are only a few exceptions. Exception क्या है? For example, children of foreign diplomats or children born during an enemy military occupation, they do not automatically receive citizenship. For everyone else, birth on American soil generally means citizenship. राइट ना, वाई इज सिटीजनशिप सो इम्पोर्टेंट? देखो, हमने पहले भी एक बार किया था ना एक आर्टिकल जिसमें वी वर टॉकिंग अबाउट हाउ पासपोर्ट इज नॉट अ कंक्लूसिव एंड एब्सोल्यूट प्रूफ ऑफ सिटीजनशिप ना, राइट? सो सिटीजनशिप मैटर्स because citizenship gives people many important rights like right to vote, right to obtain passport, right to live and work permanently in the country, access to government benefits. So without citizenship, people may have limited rights and even face they can even face deportation. That is why debates over citizenship become highly emotional and politically important topic. अब हुआ क्या, देखो, डोनाल्ड ट्रंप ने, आपको पता है कि हमेशा से उन्होंने सिटीजनशिप को लेके कुछ ना कुछ बोला है, राइट? और उनका ये मानना है कि जो बर्थ राइट सिटीजनशिप की वजह से इलीगल इमिग्रेशन काफी ज्यादा बढ़ा है. So his government believed that some people entered the US mainly so that their children could automatically become American citizens. So he issued an order, executive order. Executive order क्या होता है? Basically, it's simply a direction issued by the president to government agency. मतलब जो government एक, मान लो कि जो government है, गवर्नमेंट के लिए प्रेसिडेंट ने एक ऑर्डर इशू किया है. सो दैट इज कॉल्ड एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑर्डर. ओके, सो दिस ऑर्डर इंस्ट्रक्टेड फेडरल एजेंसीज to stop giving citizenship related documents like passports and social security numbers to certain children born in the United States. अब देखो, ये जो ऑर्डर है किसको अफेक्ट किया? फर्स्ट, चिल्ड्रन born to mothers who were staying in America illegally, if the father was neither an American citizen nor a permanent resident. ठीक है, उनके लिए. सेकेंड, children born to mothers who were legally present only temporary. Okay, temporarily. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, जैसे स्टूडेंट्स हो गए, टूरिस्ट हो गए और टेम्पररी वर्कर्स हो गए, व्हेन फादर वाज नॉट अ सिटीजन और परमानेंट रेजिडेंट. तो अगर ये इम्प्लीमेंट हो गया तो जो बहुत सारे बेबीज हैं वो अमेरिका में हुए हैं, मेनी बेबीज बोर्न इन अमेरिका वुड नो लॉन्गर ऑटोमेटिकली रिसीव सिटीजनशिप. राइट नाउ, ट्रम्प इसको क्यों सपोर्ट करते हैं? देखो, ट्रम्प आर्ग्यू दैट द करंट सिस्टम इनकरेज इलीगल इमिग्रेशन. अकॉर्डिंग टू हिम, in America, that child would become an American. And others also pointed to something called birth tourism. Birth tourism का मतलब क्या है? जैसे कि people traveling to another country specifically to give birth. Okay, मतलब वहां पे जाके to give birth there so that their child receives that country's citizenship. And critics believed some businesses even organize such trips. Okay, and according to Trump's supporters, this was an abuse of the law. इसीलिए वो चाह रहे हैं कि ये यहाँ पे स्ट्रिक्ट रूल्स हो. अब सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने क्या डिसाइड किया, तो ये केस पहुंचा सुप्रीम कोर्ट में. Court examined whether the president could restrict birthright citizenship through an executive order. तो कोर्ट ने तो उनके जो डिसीजन था उसको खारिज कर दिया. Judges ruled that the US Constitution clearly protects birthright citizenship. Therefore, a president cannot simply change that protection through an executive order. तो मतलब कि सिंपली प्रेसिडेंट ऐसे चेंज नहीं कर सकते हैं. अब कोर्ट की जो वर्डिंग है वो ब्रॉड और यूनिवर्सली अप्लाई है, ऐसा कोर्ट ने कहा है. राइट. अब इसको समझने, अब हम ना एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है यूएस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन का, उसको हम समझते हैं. राइट. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 14th अमेंडमेंट. एवरीथिंग रिवॉल्व्स अराउंड द 14th अमेंडमेंट टू द यूएस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. यूएस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में जो भी बातें ना सारे स्टूडेंट्स, वो ना सब 14th अमेंडमेंट के आसपास घूमती हैं. दिस अमेंडमेंट came in the year 1868. So this amendment says that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and the states wherein they reside. अब इसका यहाँ पे नोटिस करो वर्ड all persons born. So constitution does not ask who are your parents, which country do they belong to, how long they have lived in America. It simply focuses on where the person is born. Okay. So students, that became the foundation of birthright citizenship. All right. Now, what is the Immigration and Nationality Act? Ab Constitution also, there's another law called Immigration Nationality Act. आपने सुना होगा INA Act. यूएस का बहुत फेमस है ये INA Act. है ना. ये एक्सप्लेन करता है कि जो सिटीजनशिप है, इमिग्रेशन है, कैसे रूल करते हैं, कैसे प्रैक्टिस में काम करते हैं. So this law states that people born in United States are citizens at birth. So birthright citizenship is protected by both the Constitution and ordinary law. Right? Now, why did the court reject Trump's argument? इसीलिए क्योंकि 14th Amendment was never meant to apply universally, ऐसा ट्रम्प का कहना है. According to administration of Trump, the amendment was mainly introduced after slavery ended. तो ओरिजिनल जो पर्पस था was to guarantee citizenship to formerly enslaved black Americans. Therefore, they argued that it should not automatically apply to every child born in America today. However, Supreme Court disagreed. Supreme Court ने, जो यूएस के सुप्रीम कोर्ट थे, उन्होंने डिसअग्री किया. उन्होंने कहा कि द जजेस, उनके जो जजेस थे, उन्होंने कहा कि कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन यूजेस ब्रॉड लैंग्वेज डेलिबरेटली ब्रॉड लैंग्वेज यूज कर रही है. If the framers wanted to limit citizenship to one group, they would have written that limitation. है ना. अगर वो चाहते कि नहीं जी ऐसा नहीं होना, तो वो लिमिटेशन लिख देते ना कि आपके भाई पेरेंट्स को भी होना, अमेरिकन होना जरूरी है. ऐसा कुछ लिखा होता, पर ऐसा तो कुछ नहीं लिखा है. So they chose universal words like all persons born deliberately. So the court refused to narrow the meaning. अब यहाँ पे देखो, इस आर्टिकल में ना स्लेवरी की भी बात की गई है. दिस इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंटरेस्टिंग हिस्टोरिकल कनेक्शंस. See students, when America became independent, its constitution never clearly defined who counted as a citizen. ऐसा उसकी कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन में कहीं नहीं लिखा है कि कौन सिटीजन बन गया है. In practice, citizenship depended on state laws, and many states denied rights to black people. Then came one of the darkest judgments in the American history. इस जजमेंट का नाम क्या था? 1857 का ये जजमेंट है. Yes. In 1857, what happened? An enslaved African American named Dred Scott went to court seeking freedom. तो ये एंस्लेव थे, फॉर्मर अफ्रीकन अमेरिकन थे, तो ये कोर्ट के पास चले गए फ्रीडम के लिए. इंस्टेड द सुप्रीम कोर्ट रूल्ड अगेंस्ट इट. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने इनके अगेंस्ट में रूल किया, रूलिंग दी. अमेरिकन सिटीजन्स, imagine how shocking that was. Millions of people were permanently denied citizenship simply because of their students. You know what? This judgment became one of the most criticized decisions in legal history. ये जो डिसीजन था ना 1857 का, ये सबसे ज्यादा क्रिटिसाइज इसको किया गया. राइट. A few years later, American Civil War ended, and in 1865, uh, 13th Amendment abolished slavery. But another problem remained. Were formerly enslaved people citizens? So to remove all confusion, Congress ने एक रूल एक पास किया, Civil Rights Act of 1866. Then in 1868 में 14th Amendment आया, which permanently guaranteed citizenship to anyone born in the United States. So the purpose was to ensure that no future government could deny citizenship on racial grounds again. राइट, कि रेशनल ग्राउंड के बेसिस पे किसी को सिटीजनशिप डिनाई ना की जाए. सो सुप्रीम, अब ये केस का क्यों मेंशन आया? देखो, सुप्रीम कोर्ट रेफर टू दिस हिस्ट्री बिकॉज इट wanted to explain why the constitution uses universal language. Judges said if court begin limiting citizenship today, future governments may again narrow rights for different groups, and history had already shown how dangerous such narrowing could become. Right? Therefore, Constitution protects everyone born in America. Right? अब देखो, ये जो पॉलिटिकल इश्यू है ना, आपने देखा होगा, ये ना कब बन गया ये सिटीजनशिप का? ये पहले से हमें कब, ऐसा नहीं था कि हमेशा से कुछ पॉलिटिकल इश्यू रहा है सिटीजनशिप, नहीं. इट गेन नेशनल अटेंशन ड्यूरिंग डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प्स प्रेसिडेंशियल कैंपेन. एंड उनकी जो प्रेसिडेंशियल कैंपेन था, उसमें इमिग्रेशन वाज वन ऑफ हिज बिगेस्ट इलेक्शन प्रॉमिस. उनका जो पॉलिटिकल मूवमेंट था, आपने सुना होगा, बहुत फेमस था, मेक अमेरिका ग्रेट अगेन और मागा सिंपली. राइट. सो ही आर्ग्यूड दैट इलीगल इमिग्रेशन शुड बी रिड्यूस्ड and birthright citizenship became part of that larger debate. Right. अब आगे क्या होगा? What will happen next? Although the Supreme Court rejected Trump's executive order, the political debate is far from over. ट्रम्प के जो सपोर्टर है वो अभी भी कह रहे हैं कि हम दूसरा रूट अपनाएंगे, एंड इंस्टेड ऑफ यूजिंग एन एग्जीक्यूटिव ऑर्डर दे मे सीक लेजिस्लेशन, मतलब रूल बनाएंगे. However, students, changing the US Constitution is extremely difficult because it requires approval from large majorities in Congress and the states. Therefore, most experts believe birthright citizenship will continue for the foreseeable future. Right. Now, students, you may wonder why should students in India care? है ना? We are here in India. Why should we care? See, there are several reasons. देखो, Constitution was written more than 150 years ago. How they are, you see, पहले का लिखा हुआ है. And second, it teaches us how courts interpret Constitution. And it reminds us that history continues to shape present day laws. Right. So India, for example, does not have unrestricted birthright citizenship today. India का जो citizenship law है वो different है. Right. वो different तरीके से काम करता है. Okay. So debate over birthright citizenship is not only about immigration. It is also about constitutional values. तो अब देखते हैं आगे क्या होता है. Right. So thank you for listening, students. I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, take care.